What's up, guys? Today on People Now.
Hey, ho, hip-hop parade!
Rita Wilson and Tom Hanks give a fun update on their coronavirus recovery.
That infamous phone call between T Swift and Kanye was leaked. It has us all second-guessing what we originally thought happened. We'll explain.
Kendall and Kylie Jenner may be social distancing, but they are keeping fans entertained on the gram.
Ooh.
Actor Tony Hale zooms in with charades and all we need to know about Archibald's next big thing.
Plus, Nick Offerman is talking woodwork and what piece of furniture he's making for Chris Pratt.
It's all today on People Now. Let's go.
Hey everyone, welcome to People Now. Happy Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. You might notice we have a new face joining us here, Neil DiStolfo from Mindful Meditation here in New York. Neil, thank you for being here.
Yay, my pleasure. Hi.
Yeah, we're really happy to have you. If you're like us, you might be feeling a little unsettled, maybe even anxious and fearful over the growing concern of coronavirus. It's a really uncertain time right now. So Neil is going to help us kick off Meditation Monday on People Now. All right, before we get started, for any beginners out there, Neil, what is meditation and can anyone do it?
Meditation and what we do at Mindful is a type of meditation called mindfulness meditation, which word in the zeitgeist, right? Like we mindfully wash our dishes, we mindfully get dressed, we do all these things. So what mindfulness means is we are working with two things, awareness and non-judgment, smooch. And so our thoughts, cuckoo up here, will come and go. And what we're practicing is not allowing our thoughts to take our awareness from the practice or what we've said we're gonna do. And gold star, if while you're practicing, you can also be like, oh my God, what a good job you're doing, and not being like, oh my God, I'm the worst. This is the worst meditation. I'm failing, you know?
I love that. And I love especially the idea of like being okay with thoughts coming and going, because that's somewhere I think where Andrea and I talked about, we both can kind of get lost in the process. Mindful is doing a lot to bring meditation sort of into people's homes while we're all staying at home during this social distancing phase. Tell us about that, how that works out. And by the way, you don't have to wear the gray shirts. We just obviously coordinated it. Andrea, the memo.
Andrea, we've got one in the mail to you whenever it arrives. So what Mindful is doing, so we've got Mindful TV. You've got a live teacher guiding you through. We open each session with a little chat, a Q&A, then we do the practice. You also get to see the community that you're sitting with. So sometimes what we've seen is folks interacting with each other and being like, I'm in Argentina. Oh my God, I'm in Argentina. How's it going?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this sense of community, because I think what's happening now is we can feel very isolated, and that exacerbates our anxiety. So when we see folks coming together, we all want connection. And when we see folks coming together around meditation, it's like, oh, you mean I can come together with people around something other than complaining and fear? It's like, yeah, let's come together around something fun and compassion-based.
I mean, I'm already more at ease just listening to your soothing voice, but I know you have a 5-minute meditation practice. So let's get started. Take it away, and we'll just follow along here.
So take your seats. It seems like we're all seated. Folks at home can also do this lying down. Meditation, we don't need to hold a rigid posture. We want some sense of uplift, maybe sitting with a sense of dignity, but really whatever feels good for you, yeah? So we take our seats. If you like to practice with your eyes closed, go ahead and do that. And as we close the eyes, maybe we take a couple just slightly deeper breaths, just to start with. And we might, with the eyes closed, become aware of sound, the natural heightening of that sense. So just taking a moment to allow sound. You might have other family members in the house. You might have pets running around. Just allowing. Maybe even labeling. The mind likes to know what's going on. So rather than having it guess at like, what's that sound? Just be like, car horn. My daughter, whatever. And now we're going to bring our awareness of sound into the body by taking 3 slightly deeper breaths all together, and listen for the sound of your own inhale and exhale. So with this inhale, And exhale, my very attractive breathing sound. Inhale. And exhale. So good. And we're going to hold at the top of this breath. So inhale. Hold. And see if while you're holding the breath, you're not holding your muscles. And exhale. And as the breath returns at its natural or maybe slightly deepened pace, see if you can notice if you're breathing through your nose or through your mouth. And we might be like, well, of course I can tell. But how can you tell? Yeah. What's the sensation? Can you notice temperature? Which feels cooler, the inhale or the exhale? And you can allow your awareness of the breath to rest there at the lips or the nostrils. Or you can bring a hand to the chest and another to the belly and see if you notice any movement under the palms. And this is just to touch in with what is physically happening in this moment. So do we feel an expansion and contraction of the ribs, gentle rise and fall there? Maybe we even get a little movement in the belly. And if our awareness has already gone to thought, just see if you can actively tell the mind, no, 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 no. Nothing to think about. We work so hard. We think so many thoughts. Just sit with the breath. And with these hands placed, we might even bring to mind a loved one. Yeah, imagining some comforting touch. Maybe from someone who we can't be with right now, but we bring them to mind. And maybe imagining that we're sitting with them in this moment. And we'll just take a couple breaths here, just in silence. So we will release, let the awareness just kind of be. Let it be gentle. If we've had the hands placed, we can bring them back to the thighs, the lap, wherever they were when we started. Just take a moment to notice how you feel. And keeping the eyes closed, if we've had them closed, we'll close the meditation by taking 3 slightly deeper breaths all together. So with this inhale and exhale, be surrendering, releasing whatever feels like it wants to go. Inhale and exhale. We'll hold at the top of this last breath. Inhale, holding the breath, not holding the muscles. And exhale. When you're ready, just bringing some movement back to the fingers and the toes. Maybe stretching in a way that feels good and gently allowing the eyes to float open.
Wow, I feel good.
You did it!
Woo! Neil, it was when I touched my belly, all I could think about was how hungry I was. But other than I captured that thought and then I went to a good place.
I know, I had the thought of, I hope this is recording. And then
So wait, so one other thing really quick is that the mind wants to look for problems.
I know.
So yeah, so it will be like, oh, this can't be going well. Oh yeah, maybe it's not recording. Or like, oh, I can't possibly be relaxed. Let me make up this problem about what's happening with the rest of my day. You know what I mean? So that's where with this practice, we also just start to distance from the mind and be like, mind, I don't trust you. You are where the problems are. The rest of this is all great.
Yeah, no, I noticed that happened with me because I had those anxious thoughts. And then when you were telling me to kind of calm down and be like, no, 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 I was able to release them. This was so great, Neil. So thank you so much.
Yay, good job.
And for everyone watching, if you want more of this, you can check out the website below. Also follow Mindful on social media for all of their updates.
Yeah, guys, now we have a lot to get to today. Here's what you need to know and what's trending for your Monday. All right, guys, so some good news regarding Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson on their health. On Sunday, Tom updated concerned fans via Twitter, saying in part that he and his wife, who of course both tested positive for coronavirus, are feeling better 2 weeks after their diagnosis. He added that if we take care of each other, help where we can, and give up some comforts, this too shall pass. It's a positive, much-needed sentiment during this health crisis. We, of course, are glad that Tom and Rita are starting to feel better there. And since the virus has all of us in isolation, we're all looking for different ways to kind of pass the time. I think Rita may have found the best source of entertainment. Take a look at this.
Hey, ho, hip hop hooray, ho.
She's pretty good, Jeremy. I know we're rap connoisseurs, so I think she really holds her own on this one.
If you can impress us, especially Andrea, you know you've reached like a higher bar for sure. Rita Wilson there, of course, rapping to Naughty by Nature's Hip Hop Hooray, the song that we would all expect her to know. At the beginning of the video, which was posted over the weekend, Rita can be seen reading the book Ender's Game. The song comes on soon after, Rita belting out all the lyrics. And as the song ends, Rita returns to reading. She nods her head at the camera. She captioned the video, "Quarantine stir crazy, see it to believe it." Naturally, Rita received a ton of positive feedback from her fans and famous friends that she has. Jennifer Aniston commented, "Yes, our Greeky." Jennifer is referring to her and Rita's Greek roots with that comment. Kris Jenner also commented, "OMG, Rita, I love you. Please come home." Her daughter, Kim Kardashian West, also commented saying, "Best video ever." And we absolutely agree with Kim. And we're glad that Tom and Rita are finding the light at the end of the tunnel here, and we continue to wish them a speedy recovery.
The Kardashian-Jenner sisters are just like us, self-quarantining during the coronavirus outbreak. But that doesn't mean they can't keep doing what they do best. Fight, make up, and post some photos throughout the process, as they do. Kylie Jenner shared this one to Instagram with her sister Kendall. The pair are wearing all white, and Kylie's hair is noticeably blonder. She captioned it, "Throwback." Kendall replied in the comments. She said, "Aren't we fighting?" Which prompted Kylie to respond, "Yes, but my bleeps are sitting nice in this pic." Oh, that's one reason to post a photo, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I've been home for a week, and my sisters and I haven't really fought at all, except for one time we did fight over whose horse Laser belonged to. I thought that Laser was my horse. Charlotte thought Laser was her horse. That was the one fight we had, Jeremy.
Yeah, in defense of you guys, who among us hasn't had that exact same conversation? Fighting.
Exactly. It's totally fine. Kylie and Kendall's big sister Khloe Kardashian jumped in on the same post and commented, "I miss us." The Titan family have been keeping their distance from one another over the past few weeks, as many people around the world have as well, in hopes of slowing down the spread of coronavirus. Kim posted to social media a few days ago and said in part, quote, "We are all social distancing and separately self-quarantined. It's hard, but we have to do this for our safety and for everyone else's." She went on to use her platform to ask her followers to, quote, "not ignore the severity of the warnings to stay inside," promising we will all get through this.
All right, well, it was easily one of the biggest entertainment stories of the weekend. Extended portions of that infamous phone call between Taylor Swift and Kanye West leaked online Friday night. We are breaking down the highlights in case you missed it.
After telling Taylor he included a very controversial line about her in the new song Famous, Taylor is nervously asking Kanye what those lyrics are and if it's going to be me. Kanye acknowledges even his wife, Kim Kardashian, initially felt it was too crazy, but says she had come around, even claiming it was now Kim's favorite line of the song.
Then Kanye comes right out with the lyric, "To all my Southside bleeps that know me best, I feel like Taylor Swift might owe me sex." That was the line. Taylor responded with a laugh, and she says, "That's not mean," and expressing relief that the lyrics aren't about her being that stupid, dumb bleep. Now, further into the call, Taylor does tell Kanye she needs to, quote, "think about it because it's absolutely crazy." Kanye also reveals to Taylor that the original lyric that he wrote, "I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex," that line, of course, is the lyric that actually made it into the released track.
On the call, Kanye also asks how Taylor feels about the line, "I made her famous." She rarely responds, pointing out the fact that she'd sold 7 million copies of her album before he stole the mic from her at the 2009 VMAs. It was that huge moment. Finally, Kanye can also be heard promising Taylor that he'll send her the final version of the track. Yeah, I mean, the final lyric ended up changing slightly too. In the final track, it's "I made that bleep famous." So I think that was the issue that Taylor had. And that was, what she kind of felt was degrading and misogynistic. So that kind of created this whole wave. And the drama continues even today.
Yeah, in February 2016, when Kanye released the track, Taylor Swift's rep told People that she, quote, cautioned him about releasing a song with such a strong misogynistic message. That rep went on to add that Taylor was never made aware of the actual lyrics. It said, quote, "I made that bleep Later that year, Kim Kardashian released edited snippets of the phone call to her Snapchat to seemingly prove otherwise, branding T-Swift a bit of a snake.
As of Monday, none of the main players have addressed the newly leaked call directly, but Taylor Swift's Tumblr account has reportedly liked several posts pointing out that she was telling the truth the entire time. Meanwhile, Kim K liked a tweet that says, "The video showed nothing new. We all knew that. I'm so confused right now." Jeremy, do you have a side now that this new video has been leaked?
It's just such new information. I haven't completely been able to judge it yet, but I do think it is a bit redemptive to Taylor Swift. There's no doubt about that.
Oh, for sure. I think it puts Taylor in a much better light. And also weird that he was taping the whole thing. How did this mysteriously get leaked? I don't know.
Well, right, exactly.
As we said, these are just highlights. So if you want to read the full transcript of the newly leaked conversation, you can head to people.com. All right, stay with us. New Girl star Lamorne Morris is totally prepared for some fun at home. In PeopleTV's latest episode of Hollywood at Home, we take a look at all of his games and treats. Plus, Nick Offerman reveals the large item he's woodworking for his former Parks and Recs co-star, Chris Pratt.
Hello, you look familiar. Have we met? I'm Archibald. Ow! Wow, firm handshake. And how are you on this fine afternoon? Don't talk much, huh? Well, like I always say, there's tons of friendly people in the world, and you might as well say hello to all of them, because there's always going to be somebody in front of you at some point in time. Now, if they're behind you, that's a whole other story. And after the cafeteria lady gave me a free refill, I said, "You are such a dear." And she said, "Actually, I'm a moose." Whoa, easy, fella.
All right, our favorite chicken is back for season 2. Archibald's Next Big Thing dropped on Netflix Friday, and honestly, could not have come at a better time. I chatted with actor Tony Hale, who voices Archibald. He told me why this lovable chicken means more to him now than ever before.
Especially during this time, Archibald is a chicken that kind of sees the best in everyone and the best in every situation, or he tries to at least. And I know I need that reminder right now. So it's he's pretty much become my role model. This little chicken with a brown tweed sweater. It's always just like one adventure after the next. They kind of stay in the town of Crack Ridge, and he just meets a lot of new friends. Joel McHale voices a flamingo. Henry Winkler voices this kind of wrestling coach. So he's just meeting all these new friends, going on adventures. And I think probably one of the biggest things I love about Archibald is because life does this, as we are experiencing right now, where something can turn on a dime, he just kind of goes with it. And then just kind of tries to have a good attitude about it, and somehow it works out in the end, which this will too, by the way.
If Archibald had a message for the world during this coronavirus outbreak and Americans that are sitting at home wondering what comes next, what is Archibald's message?
He would say, wash your hands and be kind. He would say be kind, and then just kind of try to see the best and be positive, and also just like, even though we've had kind of our set ways and we thought we knew what was going to happen, life does this, and he's like, just try to go with it and just try to stay positive.
And Tony's keeping busy. He's been on HBO, now Netflix. Soon, he will be joining the Hulu family for the series adaptation of the hit young adult book, The Mysterious Benedict Society. He's given fans of the book a little sneak peek at what they can expect. Take a look.
It's an absolutely beautiful story. So I'm very, very excited to jump in.
That's really cool. Can you give us any kind of tidbit about the framing of it, what you're most excited about in terms of any of the creative that you've already discussed?
Well, I think I played this wealthy benefactor who kind of sends these kids out on these secret missions. And a lot of the base of the show, which I'm really excited about, is about empathy and how our society is constantly, especially now, our society is constantly hearing these negative messages and all that kind of stuff. And it can really influence us, and we kind of forget kind of seeing each other and being kind to each other and having empathy. And so it's really, and I play that guy, and then I also play his identical twin brother, who's kind of the evil one. So it's fun to kind of play both characters, because the evil guy's kind of in charge of the school who's sending out these messages. But it's going to be quite an adventure to do.
So we're all stuck at home right now. We're trying to pass the time. Archibald, so fun, tries to go with the flow. That's what Tony and I did with the fun game of charades. Watch. 3, 2, 1, here we go.
Cat. Okay, cat.
Oh my gosh, so good.
Are you going to try for a different life?
Okay, second one, you ready?
Yeah,
here we go.
Now I gotta shoot. Okay, go.
Okay, I'll do this one. Let me do this one. Okay, ready?
Star Wars. Star Trek. Creepy. Ghostbusters.
Yes, Ghostbusters!
Hello, Ghostbusters.
Oh, I'm so glad that worked out. Now the ball's in your court, my friend.
Oh, yeah, I got one. This is probably a total giveaway, but like, okay. So, okay.
Okay. Harry Potter.
Yeah. Nice.
Boom!
Mr. Potter, our new celebrity.
Okay. Okay. This. Well.
Okay,
yeah,
movie.
Okay. Ooh.
Eating an apple.
Yeah.
Snow White.
Yeah.
Oh
Nice.
my gosh! Just go with the first thing. Okay, got it. Wow, Tony Hale. I think this has been fun and really, really successful.
It really has. This is gonna work out. This is gonna work out, guys.
In People TV's Hollywood at Home series, the stars give us a peek inside their stunning houses. And the only word to describe comedian Lamorne Morris's home is fun. So it's basically every kid's dream. You got neon lights, candy machines, and arcade games. Specifically one game which he calls the greatest of all time. He also showed us some sweet and always accessible treats.
This is the greatest game of all time, NBA Jam. So if you know me, you know you don't want problems with me in this game. My team to go with is the Chicago Bulls. Horace Grant and Scottie Pippen, greatest duo of all time, everybody knows it. I'm a sugar fiend, so some of my favorite candies, obviously M&Ms and Skittles, but jelly beans. Jelly beans, that's the way to go.
And he jokes to us that he uses the candy as distraction with his guests while he plays NBA Jam. I guess whatever it takes to win, right?
Yep. Lamorne later leads us into his massive living room. And by the looks of it, we can see why it's his favorite room in the house. Watch.
One of the biggest attractions that drew me to this house was the indoor-outdoor feel that it kind of has. So the doors, the Fleetwood doors, they go all the way into the wall. So even when you're inside, you still have that outside feel. I enjoy being outside, but sometimes I want to sit in here and watch the game or watch a movie or something like that.
And of course, it wouldn't be a Los Angeles home without an epic outdoor area. Take a look at this.
Being by the pool is a must. So when I bought the house, it was just grass. The entire backyard was grass. So in an effort to kind of save a little bit of money and kind of save water, I put turf down. So I put turf down, some rocks down, and I put a basketball court right there. Cornhole, which is another favorite of people. Very, very summery game. I'm flawless in this game. That's a point, technically. It didn't go in, but also, well, you know. Okay, well, that one's going in. I'm gonna let that hang there for a second. Buckets.
Lamorne tells people he loves to throw mini parties outside, about 10 people at a time, but the party has to be over by 8 p.m., which is really early. I think that's even earlier than I start parties. Remember, you can watch this and all of our Hollywood at Home specials on PeopleTV.com. The sci-fi miniseries Devs is streaming now on Hulu, with new episodes coming out weekly on Thursday, so you can add it to your binge-watching list now.
Yeah, we've also been talking about how now is the perfect time to test out a new hobby, maybe a new skill. And when we caught up with Nick Offerman, who stars in that series, he told us all about one of his, which is woodworking. Watch this.
What do you make at the wood shop?
Well, you can see what we make at offermanwoodshop.com. I have 5 employees there. We make items for sale like cutting boards and gift items, pencil holders and coasters and stuff. But then we also make larger custom furniture pieces. So we're making a dining room table for Chris Pratt right now.
Oh, cool.
As sort of massive and studly as you would imagine.
I picture just like one of those tables that looks like the wood has been cross-cut. Do you know what I mean? Like it almost looks like the tree.
Well, that's
later.
what it is.
Is it?
It's a slice of a tree.
Right.
It's 2 slices actually of a Douglas fir tree.
Okay.
That he cut down on his ranch.
Of course he did.
In Washington. When I used to build theater scenery for a living in Chicago, you always made every piece of scenery sturdy enough that people could make love upon it. Because it was always likely that that was going to happen eventually. In the run of a play, theater people get very randy. And in the case of Chris's table, his new father-in-law is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Right.
So I gotta figure they're gonna come to wrestling on this table at some point. So we had to make it extra thick.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And then just try it out.
While we're on that, what is the piece maybe in your home that you made that you're the most proud of?
Well, there's a handful of them. The one I'm the most proud of is a little 2-foot square Japanese tea table made entirely of cocobolo, which is a member of the rosewood family.
Of course I know.
I'm sure you. And it was this low tea table because part of our marriage ceremony was a tea ceremony. So I made it for our wedding that was in our backyard. It seems like it worked. So
yeah, wow, that's really special. That is special. And now I know about a new wood.
All right, for more Nick Offerman, make sure to catch him in FX series Devs. It's streaming exclusively on Hulu with new episodes on Thursdays.
All right, coming up tomorrow, guys, Dr. Saira Madad from the Netflix docuseries Pandemic is joining us to answer all of our questions about coronavirus. You do not want to miss it.
Plus, we are previewing the intense season finale of This Is Us. Thank you so much for watching. Stay at home, stay safe, and we'll see you next time.
Okay.